The topic of his talk today is Speak to be Heard. So let's welcome Sunny.
Happy to see you all. A couple months ago, David called me and said, "Can you come to our club to deliver a speech for us?" And I said, "Sure, why not? You know, as a member of Toastmasters, we'd love to say something. We are looking for stage time." But I have to choose a topic, I have to choose a title. So I went to ask some of my friends, what do you know about Rotary? What do you think about Rotarians? They are rich. They are successful businessmen. They serve, they donate money. That's good. Oh, I heard a good reputation that you guys have. But that's not good enough for me to prepare my speech. So I Googled Rotary. Service above self. One profits most, who serves best. Sounds great. Now I have an idea. I want to choose the topics that I can help you to help those who are in need. You know that you guys are the elite of the society. But we all know many of them are in need of help. Those are in the bottom of the rank. They lack the confidence. They don't want to change. They are afraid. They are afraid of walking out of their comfort zone. And you guys are rich. No, I would say you guys are successful. You have the power. You hold the resources to help those people. And many times you have a chance to speak in public. And today, when I choose speak to be heard, I want to make sure that I want to confine what I'm going to talk. First, let's figure this out. What is the difference between talk and speak? Here, when we say speak, it really means you're giving a public speech. When you speak, you have a purpose. You have a goal. It's a very serious thing. You have something in mind that you want to spread. You have to prepare the speech. And your target audience are not someone you are very familiar with. That's the speech. Many of us are so afraid of public speaking. In fact, there are surveys say that most people are afraid of public speech, worse than going to dentist. So it's not easy. And we want to say this. I want to say this. Whenever we give a speech, we have to have a clear message. And this message is a gift from the speaker to the audience. And we all hope by the end of the speech, my gift is well received by my audience. And this takes skills. It's not easy. Many of us, especially in Taiwan, even that you are the president, you are the CEO, because in our educational system, we never encourage our students to speak in public. Even in my whole family, my father always asked me, don't speak. Keep quiet, just listen, just listen. So today, I'm going to help you to develop some skill and make your public speech more effective. So now I think I have made it clear that speech is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to share with you some of the skills that I have learned over the years that I learned in my club. So first, I want to say is every speech has to have a message. And to make it effective, we have to learn how to connect, how to communicate, and eventually we want to change, we want to transform our audience. And this is the 3 steps that's very important, and many speakers never aware of these skills. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a demo of what we call a good speech. And in Chinese we say 演讲. Half of it is acting, half of it is speaking. 演讲. So this demo is really someone in my association, in my organization, who did it in 2014, and I consider it as one of the best performances that I have ever seen. So I copy it. I learn from him. We all say that fake it until you make it. And so for the following 2 minutes, I'm going to demo something that I have learned. And this is the contents, but that's what I'm going to do now. You and I are not very different from this flower. Just like the flower is unique, you are unique. All of us have something special to make us as beautiful. Do you know what makes you special? Now, the answer to that can be a little bit difficult to find, because sometimes life has a cruel way of taking out your petals. Breaking it in two and throwing you into the trash. Now, when you're broken, it's very difficult to feel special. Mr. President, my fellow flowers, I can remember the first time I broke. I was 17 years old. I flunked my high school, managed to get myself arrested. No, I'm not afraid of the cops. But there was one person that I was afraid of. That was my mama. Raise your hand. You have an emotional mother. Put them all together. You got my mama. I can hear her scream outside the police station. Even the cops were afraid of. She come up to me. Hell, the iron mom. Look into my eye. I see a tear coming down her face. She looked at me and said, "Son, I want you to be a better man." That night, I drove home and my dad was waiting for me at home. My dad was a cool dad. Raise your hand if you have a cool dad. Now put them all together, you got my dad. Cool. My dad come up to me and say, "That's okay. You flunked your high school. You got arrested by the police. That's fine. You got it from your mother's side. Now, start working immediately." Okay, this is a small portion of the speech. And the reason that I demo it, like I say, is I appreciate this performer and I learn from it. And I want to point out there are things that we can learn from this guy, from this speech. Like I mentioned, we have to connect with your audience. But then you ask me, how to connect? How do I connect? You see, I use the rules. When I stand up here, the first 4 seconds, I was silent. And you guys are suspicious. What is this guy trying to do? So you pay attention to me. And remember, I ask a question. I ask, do you know what makes you special? So you got engaged in humor. Put them all together, you got my mama. So a speech can be very profound, but you need, in the very beginning, try to engage your audience. And this is not easy for regular speakers because we never learn these skills. And story is the good thing. It's a very good thing that people can understand, can appreciate, because we all like to hear a story. And we have to remember that what makes us stand out is your storytelling skill. Many of us are in the high rank in the company, but we never really learn this skill. We never really learn how to tell good story. Jack Ma Yun, is a very good storyteller. I was very impressed every time when I was working at Honghai. When Guo Taimin speak, everybody woke up. You know, when we were working in mainland China, after work, starting at 7 o'clock, we have to gather, sometimes maybe once a month. We have to gather, and then they find someone great to give us some technical presentation and something. And this is the auditorium, it has 3,000 people. Everybody was so tired. Many of us haven't had dinner yet. And the speaker was talking, and down below, everybody is thinking, when is this going to finish? When can I have my dinner? Around 9 o'clock, we know go timing is coming. And all the Taiwanese workers starting to waking up, preparing. No, not because he is the boss, because it's really dark. Down there, as a speaker, you cannot see who is opened up their eyes, who didn't. But we know Guo Taiming will be there at the last 10 minutes, and he's going to tell whatever he knows. He's going to tell his story, his side of story. And it's always interesting, always inspiring. And that's the leader. You know, even though we are so tired, we haven't had dinner yet, but every time he starts talking, everybody just trying to learn, trying to listen to him. So the storytelling skill is very important. So we are going to say, how do you communicate with your audience? And by this, we have to know that we all have our so-called natural frequency. We have to know our audience. And we have to try to resonate with the same frequency so that your energy can transmit through the night into your audience. And this is not that easy. You have to know your audience. Like before I come here, I have to talk to Pamela, I have to talk to David, I have to make sure what is the content of my audience. How good your English ability is. And you have to remember, we have gestures, we have vocal varieties. And you have to remember, in your voice, there is temperature, there is emotion, so that when you're sad, or you're saying something really sad, it should not be too happy tone. This is something that you have to learn, the gesture, the vocal varieties. You have to learn. A good speech is like a micro movie. You have to make it fascinating. And I want to make sure that my speech will not like a classroom. I want to make sure that you guys, when the speech ended, when you walk out of this meeting room, you feel like at least you got entertained. You learned some skill, at least one thing. At least one thing. And we have to remember, when prepare for your speech, and like I said, this is concentrate on how to help those who are in need. We know that people doesn't want to change because they are uncomfortable with themselves. They lack the confidence, and they don't have a good reason to change. So as a leader, you have to give them a reason, a strong reason, a compelling reason, so that they find a guidance. They know they are supposed to change. But for these poor guys, for those who are down bottom, they never envision themselves successful. They never see themselves as success. They don't know how to picture themselves as successful stories. So we as speaker, we have to paint the picture for them. Give them, your future could be better than yours today. And certainly, we have to have belief. We have to make sure that we believe them. They can change and they can transform. So with that, I have connect, communicate, and transform. And you have to remember, the transform is really our purpose, right? When we have a speech, we are looking for the results, and we have to do something that can transform our audience. Okay, now there are many ways to prepare a good speech. But this is one of the ways that can help you prepare a good story or a good speech that can help you to convince your audience. And we all know that the first 30 seconds is very important. You have to prepare, you have to frame your purpose in the first 30 seconds. Like in my demo, I was talking about someone, everyone is special, but you may not know it because life is so cruel that they sometimes destroy you. But someone may see you as something. Someone is willing to offer the helping hand. So 30 seconds to 40 seconds, you have to give that opening. And you have to frame it. Frame meaning like a picture. You put a picture on the wall, it's a picture only. But you picture in a frame on the wall, look beautiful, look eye-catching. And once you have it set up, this is what we call an opening. And then we have a main body. Main body is where you tell the story. And we all have to remember, when you tell the story, you have to remember values, especially your personal values. Connect people, connect your audience. But personal success disconnect from your audience, because in one class there is only one first place. Everyone else is kind of losers. So when you talk about your values, people can appreciate more. People can easily connect with you. But if you talk about personal victory, it better be at the end. After you struggle all these obstacles, after you make so many failures, after you has been in the abyss, in the hell. So you're starting to tell what kind of obstacles and what kind of failures you made. Like, I was 17 years old. I had flunked my high school and was arrested by police. That's bad enough. 17 years old. Right? And you need to have one critical incident. After so many failures, when you saw your mother cry tears of shame, that's a life-changing moment. Life-changing moment. That's a critical incident. And by doing this, you bring your audience into the hell with you. And because you do, how do you help them to come into your status? Remember, you can see, you can hear, and you can feel. She came up to me, held the iron bars, looked into my eyes, and these are describing the scene. You make these pictures. It's very graphical. You can feel like, oh, something's really happening. I saw a tear coming down her face. This is very graphical. So this way, you can bring your audience with you to the hell. And at that time, you ask a question. You say, like, what can you do at this point? Do you have such an experience? Do you have seen this before? So you make audience feel like they are you, they were you. And then, at this point, we are all at the rock bottom. At this point, we need help. So here, your message should come in, because everyone is in such a bad shape. They don't know how to solve the problem themselves. So there should be an external help. You can either goes to your parents, goes to your teachers, goes to your coach, or even from TV message, commercial, whatever. It has to be an external message. And that message should be clear, exciting, and short. Very easy to memorize. Like in this case, he was saying, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. Oh, something like an apple a day keeps daughters away. Things like that, very simple message has to come in. So people will receive the message and then they apply to their problems and they can recover from that down bottom situation. And we have to remember the audience, or everyone like a hero that went down to the hell and survived all the trials and come back as a hero. But this process has to be gradual. You cannot, today you are down bottom, tomorrow you become a hero. No, that's not right. To make it effective, this process has to be gradual. And someone will say, but I don't have a victory story. Then what should I do? No problem, you can give it hope. This is my goal. I'm working toward it. And this is what you can do. We, as a Rotarian, have many opportunities to speak in public. And I don't believe that by listening to this speech, or call this workshop for 25 minutes, and you will improve a lot. But let's all remember that you can learn some of these skills. You can you can apply this in your preparation stage. And we all have to remember that today's audience sometimes is very sophisticated. They don't want to feel being manipulated. You cannot using one set of formula, just like something like this, and expect that everyone will be persuaded, everyone will be touched, everyone will feel that this is an excellent story. We have to all remember that all of us are unique. And because we are unique, and because that we always thinking that our speech is a gift to our audience, and the sincerity count. People can feel that your sincerity in your speech. So you don't have to follow this all the time. But a good speech will end up with a conclusion, like coming back to your setup process to reinforce your message. You just don't want to say thank you and that's it and walk out of the room. Before you end, you want to go back and revisit your opening and see if you have accomplished the goal that you set at the beginning of your speech. And that will make your speech more complete and more effective. And like I say, the workshop is supposed to be 3 hours, but I cut it, abbreviate to 25 minutes. And I hope that today's speech, you learned something, you enjoy it. And if you have any question after the meeting, come to me. I will do my best to help you solve any question that you may have. And thank you very much. Question? Yes.
My question